Hey guys and girls, Nathan Birch here from the B.Invested.com.au headquarters here in Sydney. Just giving you an update on what is happening out in the property market currently. It's August 2015 and there's lots of things changing, and it's changing on a monthly, weekly basis. Some big news out there recently has been the APRA changes. APRA is the governing body for the finance industry. I will be talking about that on a separate video, so I'm going to park that to the side for the moment and talk about what activity levels are happening in different states and different locations, and do I think there's a bubble? Do I think there's going to be something go wrong? Do I think prices are going to go up? I'll answer that for you now. Looking at the Sydney market, there's still opportunities out there in limited markets. There's a lot of, if we look at Mount Druitt, for example, I'll go back to Mount Druitt because that's the heartland of where I first started investing in properties going back a decade ago. Even though everyone said it was crap to buy out there, hi everyone. The fact is that I saw the infrastructure was around and things that would be able to change the market and bring this to this day to fruition. Looking out there, entry prices for an ex-housing commission house, you're looking at about $500,000. In my opinion, too expensive. I will not be buying into that, that sort of market. But there is still opportunities out there. You can buy 2-bedroom units in Sydney and surrounds for still under $350,000. It's pretty hard to build a 2-bedroom unit for under $300,000 in the current market. So there's opportunities out there where things are still deemed as good value. Sydney, you'd be shit out of luck to find anything better than a 5% yield in the current market. There's going to be people out there talking about, oh, you can potentially add a granny flat, you can potentially do this. I could potentially go to Mars too, but is it the right thing for me? I'll be stuck there and I'll die. The fact is that there's opportunities out there. You've seen me take videos recently of me building houses on land. You've seen me out there, running through some properties that I've bought, doing things differently. Throughout the last decade, I've changed the types of properties that I've bought and the things that I've done, but the fundamentals of buying below market value, upside for growth, and a good cash flow have always remained in the perspective of what I've been buying. And they're all a part of a jigsaw puzzle to get to where I want to be from my financial position in my property portfolio. And that's what we need to remain strong. Sydney market, it is quite hot out there. Do I see a pin coming and popping the market and everyone dying? No, don't be fearful of that. If you're trying to get in the property market and you think I'm going to be out of luck forever and I'm never going to be able to afford in Sydney, if you keep that mindset, you will never be able to buy in Sydney. But the fact is that you can take action, small baby steps to get into the market, whether it be buying a couple of investment properties first and then getting into your dream house, whatever the case may be. I don't think it's a time where you should just run out and go and get yourself $1 million, $1.5 million mortgage for a property, because I think that people can be over leveraged in the market like what we've got today. Not saying the market's in a bubble, I'm not saying that at all. I don't think we've got any sort of bubble that's out there. I just think people should be buying with caution and making sure they're making educated decisions and not getting caught into an emotional state where they will pay too much for a property. Looking at the Gold Coast, looking at Brisbane, there is lots of cool stuff happening up there. Properties being sold as soon as they hit the market for more than asking price, buyers everywhere. The market is tightening up. The Gold Coast, Brisbane markets, from south of Brisbane to north of Tweed Heads, is like Sydney was going back 3 years ago. The activity's festering there, but it hasn't exploded yet, so good opportunity there. Still good rental returns, neutral cash flow stock, and good quality stock there. Other parts of Queensland, there's opportunities. Areas like the Sunshine Coast, haven't seen any activity happening there. It's still like, something just happened here. There's nothing happening in the market there, so still good opportunity to go and rip that apart. As you go up further to Cairns and those sorts of areas, the market there's a fair bit of activity happening there. I think once again, that market will go up in the not too distant future. If you go to Melbourne, Melbourne's much like Sydney. There's activity happening there. You've heard me make jokes about Melbourne in the past. I'm starting to see that there is some value areas in Melbourne and in and around the city. So opportunities could be there. It's not something I like to comment on because I'm not an active investor in there, and I'll leave that to those that are buying down there already. But other areas of the country, I am seeing value there. I'm looking at the mining towns and I'm thinking, I fucking told you so. Don't buy in those things, they're shit. I don't see anything happening in the mining markets anytime soon. And yeah, that's a bit of a market update. Side note, exciting bit about the market, something I'm seeing out there, is rents in Sydney. I really am seeing a change there. Stock is drying up. Obviously, with the house prices going up, the yields are very, very low. Owners that are buying the properties are pushing those rents up as high as as they can go. And I'm starting to see a trend which I saw about 5-6 years ago when the GFC was around, and that was a rental boom. And I've been talking about this going back about 12 months ago, and said in 12, 18, 24 months, we'll see rents on the rise. And that's starting to happen. Look at the guys from Blink Property, they're achieving amazing rents. A lot of agents out there aren't achieving the same rent. So I was looking on the net the other day, and some units that were renting out in Western Sydney, and we're getting $340 per week. In the same complex, the other local agents are renting them out for $280, $290 a week. Someone's just been ripped off $50 a week for $2.5 grand a year. If they had 10 properties, that'd be their financial freedom that's going down the drain because they haven't got the right agent on it. But the market is moving out there from a rental perspective. And I expect to see in regional areas of New South Wales and Queensland, different states, having a big run in growth. And I'll talk about the fact of what's going to happen in regional markets on a separate video as well, just as I will with APRA changes. We'll catch up soon. Have an awesome August. See you later. Bye.